Okay, we're live, I think. Can people let me know? Does it sound okay? Can you hear me okay? Hello, hello. How are we looking? Anybody with us this morning? This is an early one. There's a reason for that, which we'll get to. Can you share this around, folks, please? Because we need to get some traction on this live stream today. I'm going to be talking to actually an asylum seeker from Algeria who is staying in Breaffy House with his wife and his 3 kids, and they have a 4th on the way. And hey, Thomas, how you doing? Lovely stuff. Thanks for that, lads. Yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to play an interview I recorded a couple of days ago with this man. And as we have mentioned a couple of times in live streams over the last few weeks, there's issues going on with the security down at Breaffy House, the security company. So they spoke out, and their life has been made a misery since. So what we're going to do, I'm going to play this interview first, and then we're going to have a chat. We're going to bring him on. We're going to try and bring his wife on as well. They're both in bad mental shape at the moment. You know, she's very bad with depression. They're actually looking at moving them today. The man's name is Howery. His wife is called Materia, and they have 3 kids: 13-year-old boy, 9-year-old girl, and a little 1-year-old as well, 1 or 2-year-old, and they have another one on the way. And Howery is in hospital at the moment. He has been for the last couple of weeks. They've been putting such pressure on him, harassing him, intimidating him in lots of different ways because of how he was outspoken about what's going on down in Breaffy House. And they want to, basically, IPAS want to move the family today, wants to move Materia and her kids with her husband not even there. They said they want to move them at 10 o'clock this morning. At 9 o'clock, they were going to send people to her hotel room and help her move all her stuff out and make this move with her kids to Monaghan, to some accommodation she knows nothing about, doesn't know how suitable it is. And you want to see the little room. They have a tiny little double room there, double bed for the parents, and a couple of mattresses on the ground for a 13-year-old boy, a 9-year-old girl, and a little cot for the baby. One little room, and there's a little wardrobe there with all their worldly possessions piled up on top of it. So I want you to listen to this, please, and we need to try and put some pressure on Breaffy House and on IPAS. So I'll be asking people maybe to send some emails or tweet, whether it's Roderick O'Gorman or his department, call Breaffy House, email them, get on to IPAS. I'll play the interview first, and then we'll bring them on and have a chat. And we'll bring on Suzanne maybe and have a chat as well. She's familiar with this case. So let's hope this works. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick interview with a man who is an asylum seeker staying down at Breaffy House in the Woods Hotel in Breaffy House. And he is an Algerian man who is in Breaffy House with his wife and with his 3 children. And he contacted me there about 1-2 weeks ago with a problem that he's having. And so I want to help him tell his story. So Lahari Abdelle, tell us the problem. Tell us the beginning of your problem in Breaffy House, please.
I don't remember exactly, but those from Friday until this day, I was looking for my emails and information from my wife, but I get the result which of the information which I get it is there is some how to say, bullying from the administration and the administration. There's also mistreatment about the administration. They use the people inside the woods, inside the hotel. I don't know, I can say the names, or sometimes I can say, but to protect myself. Inside the accommodation, they use the people which are asylum seeker, without any authorization, without anything, without any license. They use them as a security guard. From a moment of February and also March and April, they use them, and they gave them a promise that they will give them how to say, notice or some paper to use it in the case. Maybe they help him in the case to get a case to win a case of asylum seeker or the right of to stay.
Okay, so
forgive my English. I have a little English. I am not good in English.
No, it's okay. And just to give a little bit of context, just to let everybody know, because of the stress that this has caused you, you're currently in hospital in Galway.
Yeah.
Because you are having difficulties. You have depression at the moment. You also have memory loss issues at the moment, amnesia. So you're finding it a little bit difficult to remember all the details. But
yeah,
Larry got in touch with me maybe 2 weeks ago and informed me that some of the security personnel down at Breaffy House were asylum seekers. And for the months of February, March and April, they were using some of the asylum seekers down there for security. And obviously they would have no license. They would have no insurance. They wouldn't have gone through the normal procedures to become security guards. So am I right in saying what you told me before is they were encouraging, asking them to work for free on a voluntary basis, and in return, they would be helped with their asylum claim. It would look good for them to help them get their asylum.
Yes. You can't know me if I'm criminal in my country or no. How can they use the people like this? Like this, we don't know them. Without vetting of the Garda, without record of criminals, if you have or not, use them as security to protect us. This is the main problem. This is the main problem. And I came to you. I found the message between me and you because I can't remember. I came to you because I feel that time that you are to say honest man. That you are honest man and you can help. You are direct. I can explain myself. Yeah.
No, that's okay. You're doing good. I understand
because in the beginning they told us they gave the idea about you that you are racism. In my thought there is no racism. You are defending your cause. You are defending your country. This is logic. You are defending your country. You are honest for me. Maybe you are an enemy for people, but you are not enemy. You, how to say? You are not a liar. For this, I came to you. You are honest.
So, okay, so you had a problem down there in the hotel. They were using asylum seekers as security, and as you made the point there, who knows if these asylum seekers maybe were criminals in the past? We don't know. So they didn't have any authorization from the Gardaí, no license or insurance, and they were working as security. And you had a problem with this, and you said in the WhatsApp group with your fellow asylum seekers, you said this is not right.
Yes, not right. Yes, but now in this moment they are denying. They are denying what happens. And there is camera inside the hotel for watching. There is camera CCTV for 4 months. They can't erase the camera, which is the main proof. I don't know. From this, there is it happens. It born a conflict between me and them, and there are how to say after me from 4 months. Exactly from 4 months, they are after me.
Okay.
They push me twice in depression, and the third time I forgot all my memory. They found me here in Galway, lost memory.
So let me just fill people in on this. We were meant to do, and you contacted me maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, and you wanted to do an interview. You wanted to tell people your story because nobody was listening to your story, and the management in Breaffy House and the security management were making your life very difficult because you were exposing what was going on there. You were speaking out, and they didn't like that. So they've been making your life difficult. And then we arranged to do an interview last Friday, and I went to the hospital. You're actually working. I believe you were an engineer back in Algeria, but now you're starting again here with a new life. You're a cleaner in the hospital, and we had an arrangement.
Circle of life.
Yeah, well, we had an arrangement to meet at 6 o'clock last Friday, and at 6:10, I'm checking my phone. I'm like, where's Larry? No word. And I text your phone on your Facebook message, and a few minutes later, your wife replied. She said, hello, Mr. Kerr, my husband, I'm very worried about him. He left this morning for work. He forgot his phone, but he never went to work because the hospital was calling, looking for you, and you had disappeared, and we were looking for you. I even went to the Garda station last week to ask about you, and your wife obviously was ringing the Gardaí as well to look for you. And then you turned up in a hospital in Galway, and you have no memory, really. You have no memory of this, of what happened.
Just I remember that I was found in a square, place in Galway, and after they took me to the hospital, and they make investigation who are me. They didn't found nothing, no phone, no ID, but they found just number of my wife, and they called the Garda, make investigation to see if I am criminal or no. They didn't found nothing. By that, they found that my wife called the Garda and was looking for me. They recognize me and they send a picture. And my wife told them that he is my husband. After that, they make a lot of blood test, and scanner, CT scan, to see if I fall down on the ground or something else. They didn't found nothing, just loss of memory, emotional shock. Is depression.
Yeah,
I have nothing to say because I don't know what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were myself and my girlfriend. We were texting your wife last week when you were missing, and she was very worried about you. Obviously,
she told me that you help her, and for this I will thank you, and you thank your girlfriend. Thank you for this.
Yeah, sure.
Now I will tell. Miss, just give me 1 minute. Thank you, Mr. Racism, because they put on our mind that this guy is racist. This guy is against people. This guy is against humanity, and you helped me that day. If you can understand me.
Sure, I appreciate that.
How suppose the racism guy and you a guy, good guy in same body is not logic for me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, some people, for example, down at Breaffy House, some of the security, some of the management, they spread rumors that I'm a bad guy, that I'm racist, that I'm all these things. But that's not true. I mean, my point is that what the Irish government are doing is they're bringing in so many people into our small country very quickly. And
who are the people? You can't even know me. You can't know me. If I am criminal, rapist, who are me? Who are this guy? Who are this guy? Who are this guy? What's the problem of this guy? They put us in same center. I told you before. I told you I can't remember, but my wife told me what happens exactly. There is a lot of problem. I told you that there is a problem inside the accommodation. Lot of problem. There is no control. No control. And now they are using my children against me. Every time Tusla call me for your children. Yesterday I sent you what happens, and I supposed to take a rest to remember what happens to me. Today, 3 hours ago, Tusla called me. You are for mistreatment of your children.
Okay.
They make me laugh. Believe me, it's joke. Every day they are calling you Tusla. They don't have any method to make conflict. Only my children. Only my children. They use my children against me. I don't know what happens.
Well, yeah. Let's go back a little bit. So, because you spoke out about what was going on in the hotel, the management and the security are trying to make your life very difficult.
Yeah,
and they're using your children. And
yeah,
you sent me a letter from TUSLA, that's the Child Protection Agency. I
yeah.
wonder, I'm not sure if I can show this. Will I show it? Will I show the letter?
Mr. Stefan, I trust you. I have nothing to hide from the people. Share with the people. Let the people know what happens.
Okay. Well, let me put up the first page of the letter here, and I've cut out the top just where it has your name, your wife's name, and date of birth, and your young baby's name. Tell us what you have. You have 3 children, by the way. Tell us the ages of your children.
I don't remember. I have 3 children.
Yeah.
The biggest one is 13 years. The second I don't remember, but I think 9 or 10 years. The problem of memory. And the little one is 1 year and little month. I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months.
That's what I remember when we spoke 2 weeks ago. That's what I remember, the ages you said. So let me put up this letter here. So obviously a complaint was made to TUSLA, and let me just put it up here if I can. I haven't used this in a while. I haven't used this thing in a while, so just bear with me. Okay, here we go. Okay, the Child and Family Agency receive referrals in relation to your children on this date, the 10th of the 5th and the 25th of the 5th, from Garda Síochána on the 2nd of the 5th. We received the referrals. The social worker has determined at the screening stage that no child protection and welfare service is indicated. This referral will now be closed to the agency. So, sorry, I just actually skipped through something there. So from Miss Dorothy Lynch made a complaint, the security operations manager at the Woods Hotel, and she made 2 complaints, and Garda Síochána made 2 complaints. But there you go. There's the proof. But let me put up the second page here. I mean, that's basically all we need to see from this. The second page. This information is recorded on our National Childcare Information System in accordance with the Data Protection Acts 2018 and the Freedom of Information Act 2014. You have the right to access the information held by the department in respect of yourself. If you wish to have access to the records, please contact the office on the above number. So I would suggest you do that and request that information when you're ready, when you're fit and well to do so, and maybe your wife can do it on your behalf. But there you go. There complaint that obviously came in from the security manager and from Garda Síochána. It was investigated by TUSLA, and there was nothing to see here. Everything was fine. And then today you send me another thing. I'm going to put this up here now.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is from today. Dear Mr. Larry Abdelli, please find attached a password protected letter on behalf of Miss Leona Dean, social worker. I will forward. So I haven't seen that email, but this is another complaint that has been made to TUSLA about you, yes?
Yeah, today. My wife, today, it's the Thursday. It's the day of get payment. There is, my wife need this payment of welfare, social welfare. My biggest son is sick. He didn't go this day to the school. She took my I will tell you without afraid. My wife is pregnant, and she have another baby, and the second baby. She took all them and get to the impost to the castle bar to get the payment, and the biggest one was sick. How she can divide divide herself into sides? In this moment, they make complaint to TUSLA. I can't. There is no explanation for this. This is only one explanation. They want to make me crazy. They want to push me for something not good.
So your eldest son is 13 years of age.
Yeah, over 13 years, and then I am in the hospital of Galway, and my wife needed payment, and she took 2 children with her, and inside her there is another one, maybe she's pregnant, and they want her to take the biggest one, which is sick, to take it to a big one. Take it with she must take with her, and he's sick. He can't move from his place.
So I mean, it's interesting because, well, first of all, I know myself at 13 years of age, you're able to take care of yourself for a small period of time. Like there's no problem there. But obviously the management, they must have been aware, they must have known that today was the day for the social welfare. So at some point in the day, your wife will have to go, will have to leave. And they must be watching her, monitoring her.
No, they are watching my room. My room is 3017. They are watching my room to make mistake. All camera on my door. They want me to make mistake. They are watching me.
Mm-hmm.
They are watching me. No one was looking for what I need, what my family need. No one. They are want to make a revenge, because there is conflict in the past. They want to how to say, revenge is only word which I find in my mind.
So the management at Breaffy House and the security management, they don't like you. You caused some problems for them, and now they want to cause problems for you.
Not only this one. They push everyone for to bullying, to make to bully on my son or my children. They want me to lose control of myself. They know that I have depression twice because of them. But the problem now, Mr. Stefan, where is IPAS now? Where is IPAS? Where is the role of IPAS? This is my question. No one can hear me, but maybe people can hear you.
Who have you contacted? Who have you asked for help?
I asked for help. I saw my story from a lot of months. If I send, I tell you, above 17 liters or 20 liters a complaint. Ombudsman, IPAS, you, TUSLA, a lot of emails, a lot of emails. And the IPAS, they don't make investigation on the ground. They send and they hear from me information, and they ask X, which is manager of the accommodation, and they give them blah 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 blah, and they said me, you did wrong, not him. Like this, not like this, but sometimes there is no answer. And they sent me a message. I sent them my file that I have depression. I have cloth of blood in my leg. I have blood pressure. I am diabetic, depression, and I have a lot of disease. They sent me this May that they will move me. I'm waiting from 1 month. 1 month. 1 month
to be moved from Breaffy.
But without moving, they didn't move me. I don't know. They are waiting to do. Maybe I will do something wrong, and they will kick me out from this country. At least gave me 1 month or only 52 weeks to get my memory. And I believe me, I want to stay here because the people I found how to say gangster or criminals or there is no identification for those people.
Who is this now? Who are you talking about?
About which happening inside the accommodation. I'm talking about security. I'm talking about management. I'm talking about some people which are among of this story. In the beginning, there is a mistake. They sent us in this hotel. This hotel is belonging for Ukrainian people. Ukrainian people in the beginning, they didn't accept us. We are foreigner. We are foreigner. We are foreigner. This country don't belong for us. We are like animal. Maybe in the pyramidal how to say, there is an Irish, there is maybe Ukrainian dog, and after this is us.
So just to let people know what you mean by that. So down at Breaffy House, you have Breaffy House, you have the main hotel, you have the second hotel, it's called the Woods Hotel, and that's where all the Ukrainian people were mostly staying initially. And then you have the event center, which is an international protection center. So you're actually in the part of the Woods Hotel, which initially was all Ukrainian people. So you're telling us that when you moved in there was problems with the Ukrainian people because the Ukrainian people felt that was their hotel, kind of.
if I can explain myself, if you can't communicate with somebody, maybe is the communication the cause, main cause is language, but they didn't accept to communicate with the others by English. I'm trying to communicate with English with you. I know that I have some problem of communication, but I'm trying. But those people, they don't want to try. They thought that they are in Ukraine, not in Ireland. This is Ireland. This is Ireland. We are guests. We are all guests. Me and them and African and Tunisian and Algerian. We are all guests here. We must learn English. We must learn language of communication between us and the people, the owner of this land.
Okay, Larry, we will talk again soon.
Yeah.
I just want to wish you the best.
Yeah.
We've spoken many times over the last 2 weeks. I think you seem like a good, honest, decent person, and you're doing your best here, and you're trying to look after your wife and children, and things have been made very difficult for you. And you tell me that you want to get better here and enjoy life in Ireland and learn about the culture here and fit into our culture.
I hope. I will tell you something before to finish this discussion. But for me, it's too late. I know it's too late. But my children is the beginning of the life. My children is they innocent. They don't know what happens. For me, it's too late. I know. But for my children, only for my children, there is no help from government. There is no help. They put us and they told us kill like jail. Kill someone, kill his friend. There is no solution. There is no solution here. There is no help. That's all.
Just finally, people that you've contacted for help. In Breaffy, we have there is a small community council. It's called Breaffy Community Council. Have you ever heard about the Breaffy Community Council? Have they come to try and help you in any way?
I don't remember. I have no idea. But after my history, my wife told me that I used a lot of way to defend myself, to defend the cause, to defend my ideas. But they don't want to hear me. They don't want to help me because I touched something which is not good on them. I touched something which is danger.
Mm-hmm.
You know which is one, which is the security. They use the people. They give them hope that government will help them. Just work as security, and they will give you a reference. This reference can help you in the future, and the minister can give you the right to stay. It's like you are criminal from I don't know, from X country, and you came to Ireland, and someone tell you this make this, and the government will help you. I give you a reference.
Crazy.
Well, if you did a lot of things which is good, but they can't erase your past. Your past is criminal.
Exactly, and that's the point. There could be criminals here, and they were taken on to do security.
I'm not talking about the people. Just one. I am not talking about the people that are criminal. No, I am talking in general.
I know, of course, absolutely. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Maybe I am one of them. Maybe I am one of them.
Who knows? I understand. Yeah. No, I understand your point. Yeah, exactly. Well, look I wish you the best. I hope you have a full recovery, and well done for standing up against corruption and doing the right thing. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So that was Howery. He's an Algerian man staying down in Breaffy House, and obviously there's a lot of questions coming in there, and we'll get to all those questions. But just let me bring in Howery and his wife Mocteria, because let me just see if I can do this now. Bear with me. Howery, I can't see you. Are you there?
Yeah, Mr. Stephen.
Okay. I can see you. I'm going to add your wife,
Hello.
Mocteria, now. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Howery, can you hear me? No, I don't think you can hear me.
Hello.
Let's try again. Anyway, the situation is basically that they're. Can you hear
I
me
can't
now?
hear you, Mr. Stefan.
You can hear me?
Problem.
Okay, problem there. Let me just send him a text there. Okay, just ask him to leave there. Yeah. So basically, he's in hospital now in Castlebar. He's been moved to Castlebar, and his wife is in Breaffy House. I'm going to add Macteria now as well. And we'll get to all those questions in a little while. But basically, they're trying to kick these people out of their apartment today. Macteria? Hello? 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 Macteria?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Sorry.
I'm going to add your husband now. Hopefully he can hear me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Good stuff. Now, we might be joined by Suzanne as well. She knows a little bit about the situation in a few minutes. So anyway, we're going to get, there's some questions that have come in the comments, and we'll get to those in a little while. But first things first, you can see Macteria's room there. You can see the room down in Breaffy. It's just one room. And you were notified yesterday that you have to leave there at 10 o'clock this morning, and that they were going to send somebody up at 9 o'clock to try and enter the room to try and clear out all your belongings.
Yes.
So
she received the letter only in the evening to move in the morning.
She got the letter yesterday evening.
Yeah, in the evening. Yeah.
Saying that you have to leave tomorrow without your husband to new accommodation somewhere else. And we know the reason for this is because you were causing a lot of problems for the security, because you were exposing some of the things that were going on there, as we've heard in the interview.
Yes,
so,
it's true and assume. Yeah.
Let's ask Macteria, has anybody from security or management been to your room today so far? Macteria?
مختارية خصك إذا كان واحد راه عندك في جو عندك security ولا management اليوم.
Her mic is muted. She'll have to unmute her microphone.
مختارية. Hello. مختارية تسمع فيا؟
Her microphone is muted.
I don't know the problem of mic. I don't.
Yes. راك تسمع فيا دروك؟
نسمع فيك واه.
جات عندي صباح وقالت لي تخرجي بلا فخس.
The manager came this morning and she told her she will use the force if she refused to get out from the room.
She'll use the force.
Which manager? The big one. I told you the man of the woman.
This the woman, big woman with this guy I think.
Can I say the name, Stefan, or no?
Say the name.
Luna and Mentes. Mentes is also manager, duty manager, and Luna is like Wilson. Wilson is manager.
Yeah, Wilson Bird, who's featured many times in our videos. Wilson Bird is the general manager down there.
Yeah.
And Una is
هو قول لها البارح جابت لي ورقه وغيرتني باش نسنيها مع انها تخصك الورقه انت.
Yesterday she bring the letter.
وما عطاتنيش الوقت وجابتها لي 11 عليل قالت لي تخرج 10 تاع الصباح اليوم.
11 تاع اللي جابتها لك؟
العشرة هكا كانت 10 9 10 11 هكا جبتها لي روطار.
She told me now that this Luna bring the letter of iPass at 10 o'clock. Around 10 o'clock is in the evening, and she told her the morning tomorrow at 10 morning you go from the hotel. And now she was threatened by this woman. She also Luna.
Ask Macteria to. I know Macteria can speak a little English.
But she can
try to speak English maybe. And if you have problems, you can translate from Arabic.
Yeah.
So what's the situation now? Is there anybody at the door now?
No, they told me that قالوا لي غادي نولوا على 10 هو الوقت تاعي اللي تجي فيه السياره تاع النقل غادي يخرجوا لي صوالحي. قالت لي ولا ما خرجتيش نقلعوا لك الاسره تندوا لك الفراش ولا الاسره.
She told her, she gave him a threat that if she was not present out of the room, she will take the beds. I have 5 beds, 4 beds in my room, and will throw all my stuff outside the room.
Mm. So they
This
want
is
to,
this is the new island. This is your island. It's not my island. It's same because this morning you asked me some question that which the reason gave make you to move from Algeria to Ireland. It's the same reason. It's the same reason. The people like that.
So look, before we go on, I just want to address some of the comments here and maybe bring Suzanne in as well for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, over the last few months, we've been talking about the situation, the mass immigration situation, and my main problem is not with migrants who come here, because it's with our government, the likes of Roderick O'Gorman, who sends out tweets in lots of different languages and invites people to come here and tells them there's going to be good accommodation and you're going to be looked after. And surely a lot of people are going to take that offer, and they're going to come over here and they're going to expect to be looked after. Now, your own circumstances, we'll get into it in a little while. You have a genuine reason for being here. You exposed, and you have some documents that you've shown me on this. You've exposed some wrongdoing in your country, and your life was at risk basically, and you had to leave. So that's that, and we'll get into that more in a little while. But just some of the comments that are coming in. I mean, we put up some videos the last day about the accommodation here in Breaffy, and some comments saying burn the place down, and you know, horrible comments like that. I mean, you have 3 kids, for example, and you're living in a tiny little room, and there's mold in the room, and you've been absolutely harassed and intimidated there the whole time. It's not a pleasant life at all. So I'd just like to, you know, maybe to address some of those people. And Suzanne, do you want to come in there for a minute?
Yeah, I was looking at the comments as well. No, there wasn't any comments like that on this particular thread.
No.
But I do notice a lot of anger, and it's understandable anger. There are things that I often feel myself. I'm going to be honest, you know, I'm not happy about this situation. No offense to you or your family, but you know, I've actually, you know, a lot of compassion and empathy for your situation, and I think it's disgusting what's going on under the guise of compassion. But you know, I understand the comments on the thread that are not sympathetic. But what I would be saying to people who are making those comments is they're missing the bigger picture here, because you know, what's underscoring this whole thing, it is an industry, and there's people making money, and it's a criminal conspiracy, in my opinion. I don't even think it's just my opinion. I think if people go digging and looking, they'll see that there are things going on here that just are not in line with normal laws and regulations, such as buildings not having fire certs. And it's all for money, and it's done under the guise of compassion and humanitarian duty. And when people are listening to the story here and they don't have empathy or compassion, I guess that's fine. They're entitled to that. But what they need to understand is they have to see the bigger picture, because this interview here today it's a big thorn in the side of the establishment, because they don't want it to be exposed that in fact these people are not treated with compassion or empathy, and it's got nothing to do with humanitarian duty at all whatsoever. This is about a lot of agendas, one of which is making money. And if I could just say as well, I suppose anger is a good thing, but it has to be focused and constructive, and people need to understand where to put their anger. There's no point in putting your anger towards this family and this man here today. Put your anger towards the government. And you know, there's a saying, whoever fights monsters should be careful they don't become a monster themselves. You know, if making comments about burning buildings where children are, and we are talking about in this instance, in the instance of the retail park up there in Breaffy, it is full of children, and it's an absolute abomination. It's a fire hazard. There's no ventilation, no windows. We've just got to, people have got to, if they want to bring down this system, they've got to focus their anger constructively and understand that what we're doing here today is actually exposing that system, as well as, offering a voice for these people, you know.
Well, they are
احنا نو قل لها احنا عندنا تقارير طبيه باش ينقلوك الجود اكوموديشن. اليوم قالت لي هذه الغلطه تاع زوجك كي كان يحوس يبدل الاكوموديشن تاعه، قالت لي بلي وعلى بالهم بلي ديور جايين على برا ما كاش غطاء وهي جايه بري فابريكي ديار.
Yes, there is no problem. I will tell them. She is speaking about my situation. I told her step by step. Just continue. Yeah. Yes, Miss Susan. I'm here. I hear you.
Yeah. Someone is just saying here in the comments. Okay, Suzanne, absolutely, but ask him to acknowledge the same. So, Harry, do you understand that what the Irish government have done? You know, it can be abused by people around the world that can that may be from criminal backgrounds, you know, and that might want to come here to escape criminal backgrounds, or just to take advantage of the social welfare in Ireland. That maybe not the best people will come here. Do you understand that this is a situation here in Ireland?
I understand all this, and I told you thanks for the government, thanks for Irish people who make us share this opportunity. I thank everyone, but inside your government, I will tell you, there is a negligence. There is some people who hate us, and they work by our case and make you also in bad cover. Like, for example, your cover, then people inside Breaffy House, they take your cover outside, but they don't know what happens inside. They don't know what happens in a real case. This is the point. This is in other side. In other ways, they make the same. Yeah, they make us that bad peoples. They are not there is no thanks about them to the government. A lot of things. There is people inside the government who are working. I don't know, in two sides or one side. I don't know what happens inside the government. If I'm speaking about government, if, for example, yesterday I called human rights, Irish human rights. There is no answer. I call IPO center, which in the first day I signed my when I came in Ireland, I signed in IPO center. They promised me protection, and to my children, they told me you can do nothing. They hung up the phone. I called a lot of times. I passed. There is no the same. I called the ombudsman, the same. I don't know what happens. What happens? If they consider us that human, there is no problem. But they consider under the dog, under the animal, under the animal. Now they know that I'm in a situation. I am in hospital. I am diabetic. I have cloth in my leg. I have amnesia. I am for more than 2 weeks. You know, 2 weeks I'm in hospital, and I have blood pressure. And they send a letter to my wife. And what's happened? What's happened? I don't know. There is no human rights in your. In my thought, there is no human rights. There is no human rights in this country. But I am not blaming the people. The people maybe know what happens to me. Maybe you know what happens to me. But I am not blaming you, blaming the people. I'm blaming the government, which promised us to be safe here in this country. But there is no safeness there. Believe me.
Suzanne,
Suzanne,
Suzanne, you want to come in there, but I think it's quite obvious that the government don't give a damn about refugees. They don't give a damn about asylum seekers, and they don't care about Irish people either. Like, just to say that, that's my thoughts. Suzanne.
Yeah, well, just hearing what's being described there, you know, this is how native people of this country are treated. This is how they treat our own people. So they're not going to treat anyone any better. And I mean, I was looking through, I only came across it last night, and it's quite a large document, but I was looking through the IPAS house rules and procedures for reception and accommodation services. And this is applying to the accommodation that these people coming in would be staying in. And it's no life. And this is also, of course, how Irish homeless people are treated. So, you know, you have to sign in and out. You can't have guests. You can't have pets. You're watched by security cameras all the time. And I think one of the aspects of this that everybody is overlooking is like these situations are permanent. And a large reason for that is because these people will provide cheap labor. They will be cheaply paid, and this is supported by trade unions. And they will never be able to get out of that situation they're in those centres, because even people who are working exceptionally good jobs in this country can't buy a home. And I feel what they're trying to do is, with all of this, as well as a lot of other things that are sinister, is to normalise this kind of living situation. And people say, oh, well, it's better than where, you know, the left will say, or the radical left will say, well, it's better than where these people came from. First of all, you know, you don't know that in a lot of situations that may not be true. But the fact is, if you put people in this situation and you say this is okay because this is better than that, well, then you normalise the way these people are living, which is not right. And if the government can normalise that, well, they can make that, you know, the situation for everybody in this country. If you bring down the level of, you know, living and human rights, you're going to kind of expect that everybody will accept that way of living. And in the future, sorry, I have a dog here. In the future, in my opinion, they want everybody living this way, in these tenement style conditions. They want everybody corralled into cities, living in ghettos, living in tight, cramped spaces where your life is the subject of rigid, constant rules and regulations that you must follow and must abide by. And one of the biggest mistakes we ever made in this country was allowing the outsourcing of care for vulnerable human beings. So we've turned, you know, looking after elderly people or children. It's a business. It's a business that people make money off of, and that's what's happening here. This is a business that people are making money off of, but it has the happy side effect of introducing certain agendas. So, as I said before, people need to start exposing the lie here, and the lie is we are helping people. This is humanitarian duty and compassion. And while you're focusing your anger on these individual people, you're missing the point that they want you to live like this as well. And if you don't want that to happen, you need to expose the system at its very core. It's understandable to have anger at the people who are coming in, particularly, you know, I don't want unvetted men here. I do not want that. It's obvious that there's people who will come here to escape a criminal past, but not start a new life and not reject their criminal behaviour. But nobody's checking them here, so they're going to come in. So I'm on the same page as everybody else. I'm just saying, focus your anger and look at the bigger picture here. If you want to bring down the system, start focusing on exactly how to do that. And one of the ways we do that is this interview here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I just want to say, you know, you mentioned one problem there, and that's the amount of undocumented young men that are coming into the country. And obviously we can't say that all these men are bad men, but let's just say you're from somewhere around Europe, you've been in Europe and you've got into some difficulty, you're criminally minded, you have a bad past, whatever, you need to get away. Why wouldn't you come to Ireland? Like, Ireland is the place to come to. You know, they don't check your documents and we get very good social welfare. So of course you're going to attract some people, some bad people to come here, obviously. Other than that, the other issue is, I mean, just the amount, the numbers of people we're bringing into the country. It doesn't matter where these people are from. Just the numbers of people alone that we're bringing into the country is completely unsustainable. We've done such a terrible job looking after our own Indigenous people here up until this point. And we just expect to flood the place with hundreds of thousands of new people from different countries, different cultures, backgrounds, needs, and whatnot. And everything is, and not improve or increase the services and resources that we have. It's just a recipe for disaster.
But it's an orchestrated recipe for disaster, and the idea is never to improve any of these services and never to provide housing. The idea is to do exactly the opposite for everybody involved.
Yeah. Let me just go back to Mocteria for a minute. Mocteria, can you hear me?
Yes.
So you can see the room there that this family of 5 are living in, by the way. That's the extent of their living conditions. And as we've heard, their life has been made an absolute misery since they spoke out. And they were right to speak out. And somebody needed to speak out about what was going on there. And just to remind anyone who's just joined, basically for about 3-month period, they were encouraging the asylum seekers to do security there that didn't have a license, didn't have any insurance, probably didn't have adequate training. Who knows what their background was. And they were in charge of being in security and looking after the 900 odd people that were down there, many of whom are children. So it's a danger, obviously, which was pointed out. Harry pointed out earlier. So he highlighted this, and as a result, the management, the general manager is Wilson Bird, and the security, headed by Dorothy Lynch, are making this man's life a misery, where they've called Tuesday on occasions, and it's a difficult one. Like when we had the lovely sunny weather there over the last week or two, there's lots of children out playing in the green area unsupervised. You know, that happens. Harry has told me this, and anytime you take a drive down to Breaffy House, you can see lots of kids running around in the playground in the green area having fun. Whereas if Harry and Mocteria's kids, 2 kids, 13 years of age and 9 years of age, go out to play, and Mocteria stays in with the little young baby, one-year-old baby. Obviously, Harry wasn't there because he was in hospital, but Mocteria stays in with the little baby. Well, then security are coming up saying you're not looking after your children, the 2 children that are out playing in the playground. So it's like they're being singled out completely here, and it's very unfair. And Mocteria, what can she do? Keep her 2 kids of 9 and 13 inside all day in the hot weather. Baby has to be in, obviously.
Mr. Stefan, in that day, my children was in school, and she was in the hospital because why? To identify me, to know if I am her husband, and she bring with her my medication. I told you before that I'm diabetic, I have blood pressure, and I have cloth which is danger disease.
Leg, yeah.
And also the thing, she can't bring the kids to see me. I can't remember them. It's a shock for them. What happens? This is they look after me a lot of times, especially this Lynch, Dorothy Lynch. And also there is another thing I didn't told you before. There is 2 members of Garda in Castelbar. 2 members of Garda in Castelbar.
Tell us tell us about this. What involvement, what interaction did you have with the Gardaí?
Two Garda in Castelbar, they make a complaint to Tusla against my children, against me, by using my children. In 2 of May, I have is written in the paper which I gave you 3 days or more 4 days ago. Yeah, and they came also the same Garda to my house. It's too strange. I make complaint to Garda Ombudsman, and they came. It's something strange. I call them. Why are you looking after me? There is something wrong between me and you. They use the Garda. I give you example. I was here detained here in Mars for depression. No one can know this information. Only the police. They gave information from here, from the hospital, and they gave it to Mr. Wilson Bird, and he shared it all with all people, all residents in the hotel. He want to embarrass me, harass me. Believe me, he's after me. I don't know why, but I will tell you something. I am not looking for good accommodation better than Irish people. I am here foreigner. I know I am foreigner. I am looking for safeness. I want my wife and my children be safe. I'm not looking for to get money or get a good accommodation who will take freedom more than Irish people here. The Irish people, thank for them. But I'm looking to get safeness to my wife and my children. Safe, to be safe. Moral safe. There is no moral safe. They are looking for money. And we are all animals inside this hotel. I'm speaking about foreigner, not Ukrainian. I'm not speaking about I'm speaking about the others country, the others nationality.
International protection applicants, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know that. I mean, Wilson Bird, when I've been down there a few times, tells me this is all part of their humanitarian efforts, like, you know, and they're trying to do their best to help people. And you've told me already that he tells some of the international applicants that I'm a racist, that I'm against the foreigners, that I'm against the asylum seekers. He's just telling lies, you know. That's all he's doing. He's a liar, and you can be sure all he cares about is money. That's all he cares about. Mocteria, what's the story? What's happening there now?
Sorry for a moment. Yes.
What's the latest news from? Has anyone been to your room recently? Have they knocking at the door? What have they said?
No, she is afraid now. She under the
I'm
position
afraid.
now.
They know about. I think about they know about this discussion between us.
Yeah, Adri.
They heard about.
نظن بلي راهم عارفين بلي رانا نهضروا هنايا في الواتساب باسكو سمعت واحد ذكر اسمه عند هذه لنا سمعت واحد ذكر اسمه في التليفون تاعها هي كي راحوا ما ولاو مازال ما راحوا مازال ما رجعوش قالوا لي على 10 تخرجي مازال ما رجعوش بيقارعوا لنا نكملوا هذا الحديث نظن.
She told me now they are looking they are watching the video now or the streaming now live.
They're watching this.
I thought like this because I hear this woman speak in her phone and someone said your name Stephen Kerr like this.
She told me that someone when she was speaking with my wife, someone told her in her. Maybe she thought that Stephen Kerr is making video now or making streaming now.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's just hang on there a second. Let's make a call.
Maybe they'd like to come on and have a chat.
Maybe they would. Let's find out.
قالت لي هواري. Hello.
صبري مازال.
Let's see if we can get Wilson Bird or Una. What's Una's surname? Hello, Caroline. Could I speak with Wilson Bird, please?
I'm not here at the moment. He might be in later in the afternoon. Can I take a message that I can pass on to him when he does come in?
He's not there. Is Una around?
Una, I believe, is here. I'm not sure where exactly. Yeah. I can take your details and try and pass them on to her if you like.
What other management are on today? Sorry.
Patricia is the duty manager on at the moment.
Is Patricia available at the moment?
Is who? Sorry?
Patricia. Could I speak with Patricia at the moment?
Yes, of course. May I ask who's calling?
Yeah, Stephen Kerr is my name.
Lovely. I'll just see if she's free. Stephen, can I just pop you on hold for a moment?
Sure, thanks. Okay. Let's see if Patricia's the duty manager. Let's see if Patricia will speak with us. Just put me on hold for a minute. No doubt they won't. I mean, they know my.
Sorry to cut across you there. I missed some of this, you know, but I'm just wondering.
Hello there.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, lovely. Now, she's just busy at the moment, Stephen. Can you give me your number and I'll ask her to contact you directly?
I can't give you my number just at the moment. What would be a good time to call back?
If you come back in the afternoon.
No, I'll tell you the reason I'm calling. I'm on a live stream here now. We have 275 people on a live stream, and we're speaking to some of your international protection applicants staying in the Woods Hotel, who have been subjected to a campaign of harassment and intimidation by the management there and also by the security personnel. So we're trying to get their story out to the people of Breaffy, Castlebar and Mayo and to the country as a whole to show how you're actually treating these people. So we need to speak with management pretty soon. So it's, what time is it now? It's just after 10:30. Will you have somebody available to take a call for me at 11:15 in 10 minutes, please?
I can't guarantee that. I know the manager is busy at the moment, Stephen, but I can take your number and get them to call back directly.
Well, with respect, I don't think that will happen, and I think it would be in their interest to have a conversation on the phone with me. It would save me maybe going down there in person and trying to chat with them on a live stream in person. It might be better for them if they take a call, you know.
Yeah, of course. There's just nobody available at the moment, Stephen. I'm sorry.
Well, just to tell you, Una is hovering around. Una's trying to kick these people out of their accommodation today. She's trying to move.
Stephen, I'm sorry. No. I don't work in the Breaffy House. I work at reception in Breaffy House.
You work for Wilson. You work for Wilson Bird. He's the general manager, and Una's and Una's the main woman there today. Now, Una is trying to kick these people out of the hotel. She's aware of this live stream. She's watching this live stream, we've been told. So is the other duty manager down in the Woods Hotel. I forget his name at the moment. What's the other manager down in the Woods Hotel, Ari?
There's different managers after that. I'm not sure who's on this morning. Again, you're through to the House Hotel. It's a completely separate hotel, Stephen. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
I know that. So what I'd like you to do, I'm going to call back in 10 minutes. I'd like you to contact Una now. Tell her there's nearly 300 people watching this stream. It'll be viewed by tens of thousands by this evening, and we're trying to help this family that have been bullied and harassed, intimidated by your staff there and by the security personnel, and we want the issue dealt with. And we'll be calling back in 10 minutes, and I'd appreciate for her to take the call.
I'll pass on your message, Stephen.
Please do.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Did everyone hear that?
Yeah. Stephen, yes. Tell you something. Let me tell you something. No, I'm not looking for, I'm not blaming the hotel. This is the nature of some people in Ireland. This is the nature. You can't deny this one. But I'm blaming IPAS. Where is the government? Where is the government? They know my situation. They know. They sent me a letter that they make. They are called the doctor, and the doctor told them these people, this family, need accommodation for family, reasonable accommodation. He told them how.
Suitable accommodation like this.
Give us a moment. But now is a revenge. Well, you ask us something, another thing. We spoke about Tusla. If for someone there is something or a conflict between one and another one, they use Tusla like this. Which country this? What happens in your country? It's like this. 2 cases was closed. 2 cases are closed. You know what happens. The first case is three referrals, and the second cases, you know better than me, 2 referrals was closed. In 28th of April, in 2 of May, in 25 of May, in 6th of June, and once I think is not 6. Once is 10 of June. 5 referrals, 4 false referrals. What happens in Ireland? What happens to IPAS? IPAS don't see what happens. Something strange. Tusla is they want to make us afraid. Like Germany, what happens in Germany? What happens in Sweden? They take children from their and say something. This manager, someone inside the hotel told me she lost her baby. She lost her kids. She has something inside the heart. She wants to make a revenge about us. From us, she wants to make a revenge.
Yeah, look at just some comments coming in there. Ian Kennedy, sorry, with respect, why I thought you were looking after the Irish. I don't know if you've heard the start of this, Ian. Of course, we're trying to look after the Irish. Obviously, if you've been looking at anything I've been doing for the last 6 months, you would know that. At the same time, if you're not familiar with the story, just to recap for anyone who's new to this, Howery and his wife, Mocteria, and their 3 kids have been staying down in Breaffy House since the start of this year, or since the end of last year. They came from Algeria. Now, obviously, there's no war in Algeria, as people have pointed out, but Howery was involved in exposing something there, and basically had to leave the country for the safety of him and his family.
Yeah. So
he's here now, and he got in trouble here because he spoke out about something that's going on in Breaffy House, which is that the Breaffy House, they got rid of their security company. They had a security company called Superior Security from Monaghan working up until January. And overnight they disappeared. And I was wondering at the time what happened. I knew something happened, but I didn't know what exactly. It may be something to do with money. But anyway, some of the security that were working for Superior Security, mainly Dorothy Lynch and her partner, Mr. McCaffrey, they stayed on working for Breaffy House. And between the lot of them, with Wilson Bird, the general manager of Breaffy House, they decided that they were going to try and get asylum seekers to do security there to save a few quid maybe. So they were getting asylum seekers to work for free, to volunteer as security. Bearing in mind, they had no security checks. They had no license to work there, no insurance or anything like that. Who knows what level of training they had. And Howry obviously exposed this in the interview that we played last week and we recorded earlier in the show. He made the point, like, who are these security people? Like, they could be anybody. They have no background checks. They could be dangerous individuals, and they're the ones in charge of looking after kids around the area and whatnot. And he spoke out about it in the WhatsApp group that they have for the asylum seekers. And he was targeted by the management, by Wilson Bird, by Dorothy Lynch, who called Tuesday on a couple of occasions. Two individuals
by the guards as well, who told him to take the messages down.
By the guards who called to his wife's door when he was in hospital and threatened her, but basically told her to take the messages down. And it's always the same two guards. We don't know who these two guards are, but it's always the same two guards. And then the only ones that had information about the problems Howry had in hospital were the Gardaí, and they went back and informed the management of Breaffy House about the problems he has, his medical problems. Again, the Gardaí, passing this information are the only ones that had access to this information. So anyway, I just wanted to recap there on why we're talking about this story. Generally we don't have any problems with people. It's the government that have facilitated what's going on. This is all been planned, and obviously if people are invited to come here and promised X, Y, and Z, because of issues they're having in their home country, and then they're not getting it. Like, we don't want the worst for these people either. If our government would just tell the truth, and if we can look after as many as we can look after. We need to look after the Irish people first. Of course, we brought in, I don't know how many in the last year and a half, 150,000 people would be at this stage. I don't know. The numbers are just spiraling. But sorry, I just wanted to recap there. Someone saying shills everywhere. Is that directed at me? Shills everywhere.
Well, those people really, I just wonder about people like that. How can they not see that having this here today exposes this whole system?
Yeah.
In a better way than just sitting online and moaning about people coming in.
Yeah.
Well, don't be moaning about the people who are actually coming in. Okay, fair enough. The unvetted men, nobody wants hundreds of unvetted men in their communities. I certainly don't. But, understand how to target the system, and what's happening here today is going to make them very unhappy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just it. Now, is there anyone else we can maybe contact that would take a phone call from us that we can try and work out this issue a little bit? I mean, we wouldn't get iPass on the phone, I don't think, would we? Would we get anyone from iPass?
You'll just get some administrative member of staff,
Well, okay, we can maybe give it a go.
Try, but...
Yeah. What happened?
قالوا لي وجدي صوالحك. They told me that there is a bus outside waiting me at 10. I didn't see any bus here.
But 10:40 now, I think.
They said this earlier this morning, yeah?
Yes. I didn't see any bus here outside waiting me. There is no bus.
Can you take a picture outside?
Show us outside, Macteria, yeah.
Outside, what happens? There is a bus. Maybe you didn't see the bus.
No.
So this family were told just yesterday that they have to leave today.
Yeah. We are leaving.
This white bus is for Castelbar.
This is the white bus.
There is no bus here.
Yeah, there is no bus.
That's Moran's bus.
Believe me, I told you. In my thought that I came here to say safe country, but with all my respect to you, Irish people are good men, are good people, are kind people. But inside there is not Irish people inside the government. You can understand me. Some of them is from Europe, East Europe. They are treating us like animal. If I have the power to see another country, I move from this country. Believe me, I'm not looking for money. I have money in my country. I will tell you something. I was in chemistry 17 years in my country. Believe me, here I start from zero. I am cleaner in hospital. Cleaner in hospital. Why? For why? Looking for my money. I want to work, not to be like those people are waiting the welfare. I want to work. I'm looking for work. I want to learn my baby, my children. Get work. Don't be ashamed. Start from zero. This is my idea. This is my thought. Now I am convinced that I must go from this country. This country is dangerous for me. Not from Irish, from this government. Government, I'm speaking about IPAS. I'm speaking about IPU. I'm speaking about ombudsman. Some of the Garda. I'm confused, but I am not. No, it's a shock for me. Believe me, it's a shock for me. I will tell you something. 1 month ago, they're accusing us that I are. 1 month ago, I was came in here to the hospital of Mayo Castelbar. Someone crossed me in the road. He told me, "Hey, buddy." I told him, "Yes." What's inside your bag? I told him, "Is my lunch." He told me, "There is no cannabis, no hashish, no drug." Huh? What do you say about this, Mr. Stefan? They look as dealer, as I don't know. They push me to make depression. In my case, I make depression, and they push me to forget my memory. Maybe in other case, they may push someone to be a criminal. This criminal can kill anyone in Ireland, can kill anyone, Irish people, or I don't know. You know, I'm speaking. I can explain myself in English, but I'm trying
هواري
to get directly to the point.
هواري هواري هواري
Yeah.
هاد الترحيله تاع اليوم ماهيش طبيعيه، باسكو جابوا لي ورقه ومن بعد قالوا لي الباص راه برا يقارع.
My wife told you that this movement of today is strange. They told her there is a bus is outside, but there is nothing. They gave her just 10 hours from 10 evening of yesterday until 10. No, it's 12 hours. It's strange. There is something strange happening inside the hotel.
There is, yeah.
I think نظن هواري I think this hotel choose this accommodation. It's not good accommodation. This accommodation for us. I think نظن بلي هما خيروها لنا. نظن بلي خيروا لنا هاد الاكوموديشن ما يعاقبونا.
My wife told me that the new
زوجك دار غلطه.
chosen, but Mr. Wilson, my wife, she has a that not IPAS he was choosing this accommodation, new accommodation. That she told me maybe that Mr. Wilson is ruling IPAS, not IPAS ruling Mr. Wilson.
Wilson Bird, general manager, decides where you to go.
I don't know, it's strange, but
maybe
she think
هواري قالت لي راجلك دار غلطه كيما هكا تما راهم يعاقبوا فينا.
She told her that your husband made a big mistake. We know what mistake is contacting you. This is my mistake.
Big mistake. Okay, well let's.
That sounds an awful lot like a threat.
Go on, Suzanne.
هواري
That sounds.
قالت لي درتو غلطه كيفاش دومونديتو على اكوموديشن وحده اخرى.
What?
Hello.
Well, yeah. Can you repeat, please?
قالت لي درتو غلطه كي دومونديتو على اكوموديشن وحده اخرى. قالت لي وراجلك دار غلط ديجا راه غلط على بها راهم يعاقبوا فينا بهاد الاكوموديشن على بالهم بلي مشي مليحه وجابتها لي البارح وضغطت عليا باش تنيت.
She told me that your husband, when he wrote to IPAS to change the accommodation, this is his big mistake because he show us in to IPAS we are not good. This is my first mistake, what she told me now, and second mistake is dealing with you.
Okay, let me call them again just to see if they'll. Yeah. I said I'll call them back in 10 minutes, so let's just see.
So just to clarify, they only gave this information yesterday. That so your children are settled in school. They have friends there. They've been through a lot over the last few weeks and more besides. And Wilson Board thinks it's okay to just move these children overnight to a new district, a new school, away from their father.
Yeah.
An accommodation that you've no description of.
Believe me,
Hello.
I didn't see my.
Hi there. I'm looking to speak with Una, please.
Is this Stephen, is it?
It is.
Hi, Stephen. Yes, she's not on site at the moment, neither is Wilson, so I've no way of contacting them. I sent them an email letting them know that you called, but they're not on site to take your call, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, can you pass on a message that we'd like them to stop harassing and intimidating this family?
I can pass on a message like that for you, that's no problem, Stephen.
Yeah, please, because it's getting quite serious now. This lady is pregnant, and you know, if anything happens to their unborn child, I'm sure Una will be somewhat held responsible for the stress that they're putting this family under.
I'll let them know. Is that everything?
That's everything for the moment. I'm going to be kind of keeping an eye on everything for the day here. If anything, you can just also let her know if they do try and kick these people out of their accommodation today. We're going to do another live stream. So we're going to go live at the drop of a hat if we have to, any time during the day, or for the foreseeable future as well. So just to let her know that all of her actions, she was fine operating when nobody knew what she was doing. Now everybody knows what she's doing. So she can continue to operate how she wants, but everybody is going to know about it.
Again, I can't comment on anything, Stephen.
No,
I'll let Una know you're right.
Just pass on all those messages, please. She'll hear it on the live stream anyway, no doubt. Okay, Una? Okay. I'm sure she's watching.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. So, Una, no doubt you're watching there. Just to let you know, Una, we'll go live whenever we have to. I mean, we'll wrap this up shortly. It's as simple as our friends here, Mocteria or Harry, clicking a link, and then we'll be live. And you can imagine how many viewers you're going to have if you kick this family out onto the. Well, we don't even know where you're kicking them. You're sending them off without Harry, who's still in Castlebar Hospital. So yeah, you've really overstepped the mark here. You've been doing it for quite a while, and you've been getting away with it. But I'm afraid that's where it ends now.
And so, all in the name of making money.
Oh yeah, all in the name of profit. That's all.
Treating people like farm animals, they're treating people like commodities. You know, someone said the other day, these people they're like the new fiat currency. Essentially, this is an industry. It's a massive human trafficking industry.
Yeah. And I have heard, I won't name names here just yet, but I have heard about certain hotel management who have who bought a couple of houses this year on their management.
Nice houses too.
On their hotel management salary. So we're looking into that. So expect that to come out at some point. I wonder how much they're making down there. Like they're just making incredible amount of money. Do you know, by the way, Harry, have they moved everybody out of the event center now? You're in the Woods Hotel, which is just beside the event center. Are all the asylum seekers moved out of the event center now, or are there still some people there? Oh, you don't know,
No.
sir. You're in the hospital there. You don't know, do you?
No. Yeah, I have some idea because I have contact. Yesterday, I got back my memory, and after I got back my memory, I called some people inside to see what happens behind me. Someone told me that no one was moved from the woods, but only the arena.
Only the arena.
Only the arena, families and singles. That's all.
So everybody is gone from the arena now. Everybody.
I don't know. They told me some people.
I think
that they was hoping to get good accommodation.
Yeah. No, they've got
and for some rooms, it's without windows. They don't use the rooms without windows.
New accommodation, but we are without windows. It's not full accommodation. Just go.
It couldn't possibly have a fire cert.
Yeah,
it's a dodgy one.
But believe me, but who can control? Who can check? Give me someone from IPAS can check. Give me someone. It's the question of shift. You enter now at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. You finish your work at 5 o'clock. Just looking for the shift. Is If you ask someone something, he told, no, it's not my field. Go to the orders. This is the question here. There is no humanity. There is no thing. There is no, how to say, conscience. In France, conscience. Some people, if you found somebody, if you found a body of a human being dead or someone killed, you just cross without paying attention because it's not your side. For example.
وري
Yeah.
البارح رحت لا ريسبسيون نحكي انجليش ولا
Yeah.
تترجم لي؟
Speak English, yes.
English, yeah.
Yes, I go to the reception. I find a man in the reception. I speak with him to call me Mantas. That I refused this transfer. He told me that he finished his work. We can meet him tomorrow.
Yeah.
When I show him this paper of transfer, letter of transfer, he told me is a law thing and told me why they transfer you in accommodation like this. You are in woods, in room. It seems to be a best accommodation from this. Why they take you for like this accommodation?
Yeah.
In
Monaghan,
Yeah, Monaghan.
Yes. She told you that the steward was shocked about this decision. Why? It's strange. They know it's punishment. They know there is how to say revenge. Is the revenge? This revenge. This revenge in absence of government, even in the negligence of government. There is no government. In this morning at 9 o'clock, I was calling IPAS twice. I gave them my identity. What happens? I told them that you promised me, you gave me a letter to choose me good accommodation for my health and due my health and my situation. But no one give you an answer. How can you explain me this? Negligence, revenge, what happens? No one can answer me.
This welcome to Ireland. This is the way things are here for everybody.
This is welcome to Ireland and goodbye. You must work. Welcome and goodbye. The same door you came from, and you turn to go back your country. I know that you are there is stress on the government. Is enough refugee, but there is no honest.
The government's not under any stress. I really don't think they're under any stress. Everything, well, they're hoping everything is going according to plan. They're not in charge of running things here anymore. That's the EU. The European Commission, or Ursula von der Leyen, people like this, they run our country now.
Anyway,
sorry to change tack, if you don't mind me asking. I don't know if it's something that was asked already, but Harry, if you wouldn't mind explaining, because I think people would like to know how you and your family traveled here.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get back to that. Yeah.
Yes. To be honest, I applied for a visa of UK, like everyone, like majority of maybe more than 50%. They applied visa of UK, England, and I got a visa. And after I took the plane from Algeria to UK, and after I stayed 2 days or 3 days, I don't remember, in UK. After I traveled from UK to Belfast, and from Belfast I took the bus to Ireland directly.
And why did you decide to come to Ireland?
Because in this stage I heard that how to say, the problem was in the past in England is the print. When England is gone from UK unity of European Union, the problem of the print gone with her. And after that, there is how to say, there is little there is no problem of print directly.
Problem of print?
Yes, the problem here is the print. In the past, you can't cross directly here. the print. If they take print of your hand in England, you can't come here and ask asylum.
You mean like a fingerprint?
Yeah, this one, yeah.
So did they take your did anyone take fingerprints here?
They take, but there is no problem. In the past is problem. If they saw that my fingerprint was in England, they told me, they told for everyone to go back. Now, in this moment when England is not in European Union, there is no problem like that.
Right, so they can't send you back because the UK is no longer in the European Union.
Yeah.
And did they look into? Do you mind me asking? Did they look into your life or your background? Did they inquire?
I send them everything. I send them my story, my certificate, my everything, like the others, every people here. And I said they send me from IPO center that day to City West Center. But the first 3 days in my case, I was in the hospital because my life was in danger. This is another story. And my wife stayed with the children 10 days in City West Center. And after that, they saw my case, and the doctor told them to move me from the hospital, from City West Center, because my is the situation of my story, health story is I have problem in my health story.
And do you understand yourself and your wife that, you know, there's a bit of a lie being sold here that they will not be moving everybody out of these centres into their own door accommodation, that this is the way your children could be living for, you know, for as long as you stay here, and that it's not obviously ideal circumstances for children who are, you know, particularly, you know, for your son who is probably going through puberty and everything, to have no privacy. You know, that this is not a good way for children to be living.
If I told you that my biggest son is living his worst life, his personality is changing. My biggest son now is not is not like the past. Now he feel that I can't protect him. Be sure, he feel that some one days he told me that that you can't protect us. You can't protect us. I feel that I am in danger. In that moment, I was falling down. I can't answer him. But what I'm looking is only for paper of asylum, and I will move from here. Looking maybe because I lost everything. Maybe I found a place in another country. Maybe who knows?
Okay, so look, we're going to wrap up now shortly for the moment, until we might have to do another live later on if the Breaffy House management and security attempt to evict this woman and her children. But for the moment, we're going to wrap up. So I just want to, just in closing, I just want to kind of summarize where we're coming from with this. Obviously, if people have been watching what I've been doing over the last 6 months, they will know that my main objective is to stand up and represent the Irish people and the destruction of our country. That being said, this man got in touch with me and he told me a story. And his story basically is that he's from Algeria and he exposed something there and his life was in danger. And he took the opportunity to get out and he decided to come to Ireland. And that's the main thing I want to mention from that point, is how he's been treated since he came here. Because, you know, the government and everybody will tell you that it's their humanitarian duty and they're doing their best for these people, but it's not. It's a racket. It's all money making. It's all profiteering. So they don't care about the Irish people. They don't care about the migrants that come in. And then we just see how Breaffy House, you know, again, Wilson Bird, the management there, and we have the owner, 50% shareholder in Breaffy House, Cyril Duffy. Suzanne, you're exposing yourself there.
Yeah, sorry, I have an issue here. I have to plug in my phone. Sorry, apologies.
So also, you know, how the management down there treated these people, you know, they don't care about them. Wilson Bird has said to me in a few videos that, you know, he's doing his humanitarian duty. He's doing his best to care for all these people. He doesn't give a damn about these people. Either does Una, either does the security, Doherty, Lynch, or McCaffrey. They don't care. They're all getting well paid, and that's all they care about. And they're trying to exploit the asylum seekers down there. We know some of these. Who knows what percentage of them are maybe not good people that come here? You know, they've come here to exploit our social welfare system. They've come here to escape criminal backgrounds. Of course, there is some of that. Maybe a lot of that going on. We don't know. But this man here and his family, I trust him, and because he's outspoken about what's going on, he could have just been quiet. He could have just kept quiet and not said anything and had an easy life here. But he decided what's going on isn't right. That they're getting asylum seekers to work for free in the security, promising them that they'll help them with their asylum claim. And these security that are getting these asylum seekers, security people, maybe of criminal background themselves. That's the point. We don't know. There was no checks. There was no training, no license, no insurance, all these sorts of things. So that needs to be looked into at times. So I appreciate you coming on and telling your story. And some people may not, but I felt I had to tell your story. So I think we've done that for the moment anyway. You want to say something?
Just Mr. Stephen, in our country, Nigeria, there is no problem, such political problem or government. All is good. My case is only family problem, family social problem. I have nothing with the government. My government is good. And who told you that Algeria there is political problem? Is lie.
No, we know that. We know that.
Yeah, no problem. My country is safe, but there is family's problem. There is another family troubles. But our country is safe.
Yeah. We know that. We know that. Yeah, no, we know that. So again, I'm just looking at the comments. Very disappointing. Some of the comments coming in. So what can you do? I mean, people are people. And
can you let us know some of the comments?
Some of the comments. Yeah. Okay. What have we got here now? Lost all respect for you, Stephen. I don't give a fuck about them. Again, what it sounds like it's such a lovely person, that whoever you are. Sorry, I just have to scroll up here.
Those people who say stuff like that, they are actually helping this agenda to be carried out, because they're just totally consumed by their own anger and resentment, and as a result, they can't see how to tackle this issue from a more pragmatic perspective.
They will have this far right narrative continued. It's people like that with these
exactly. It's people like that who will hinder trying to reverse all of this madness.
Yeah, Stephen, you lost my vote. Thanks, Donald. I wasn't looking for a vote, but thank you for that. So anyway, a lot of people out there not happy that we allowed these people to come on and tell their story, and doing our best to expose how hotels are operating and treating some of these people, pretending they're doing a good thing when really they're doing a terrible thing and exploiting everybody, as well as obviously taking advantage of the local people in the community. So there we go. We're going to wrap it up. Look, I'm going to stick with it. I don't really care what people think. I've always done my own thing, and I'll continue to do that, whatever I think is right. So that's the way it's going to be. If anything happens later on and you want to come on and do a live stream, send me a message on Facebook, and we'll come. If Una or the security try to kick you out today, Mokhtaria, you contact us away, and we'll do a live link again. Okay?
Yeah.
You hear that? How are you? I said we're going to finish the live stream now, but if there's any problem later today, if Una or Wilson Bird or the security try to come and try and remove you, contact me straight away and we'll do another live, okay?
How she can contact you? In the same link or by WhatsApp?
The other number you have for me on WhatsApp, you know, the other one number you've been using for the last...
The number of Susan.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you a message.
Yesterday, yes, your number of yesterday, yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yesterday,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
That is no problem.
Okay.
Thank you, Susan.
Can I make one last point or reiterate one last point before you finish?
Sure.
Obviously this may help this family's situation, and people are resentful about that, but the people who are commenting there, just to reiterate once again, because the point seems to be lost, what this whole thing here does today is expose the lie that underscores this whole narrative. It's got nothing to do with humanitarian duty and compassion. It's got to do with making money and other agendas. And this family's case shows that, it proves that when they were deemed to be difficult or in the way or exposing something that they didn't want to be exposed, they're now being silenced and moved and treated with anything but humanity.
Yeah. Okay. All right, folks. Thanks everybody for joining and for listening to this live stream. I appreciate all the comments, good, bad, or indifferent. And we may be back.
Free speech.
Huh?
Free speech.
Free speech. Yeah, exactly. Everybody can have their say. And by the way, just to let everybody know, we're going to be having a demonstration on Saturday in the Mall in Castlebar at 2 p.m. And we're going to voice our discontent to Mayo County Council. They continue to ignore the concerns of local people about this issue. There's over 4,500 people have been brought into the country in the last year. And we just don't have the services, resources, we don't have the housing, we don't have anything to look, and we don't have enough to look after the Irish people, never mind all the migrants that come in. So that's going to be on. I'd ask people to come and support that, and let's show the county councillors, let's let them know what we think about it. So come along Saturday the 17th, 2 p.m. in the Mall Castlebar. We may be back later on today with another update on this. So okay, Harry and Macteria, take care. We'll talk.
هواري نقدر نهضر غير حاجة قبل.
Yes, she wants to tell something, last thing. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm alone here. I feel myself not good. I'm scary, very scary, because I'm alone with my son. 1 year.
Yes.
If they return to me and knock the door like they do every time, by force, if anything happened to me, this is a responsibility of this manager and this.
Son and the names is the responsibility of me, Wilson, and Luna also, and Nadia, and Mantas.
If anything happened to me, because I didn't sleep all the night, because I thinking of my children, and I think they cook something, and there is no bus outside come to take me.
Yeah.
I thought like this.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
and I saw Wilson here outside. Wilson is outside.
She can't make a lunch for the babies, for the kids when they go to school. She told you she can't take a rest yesterday. But I will responsibility of those people, 5 people: Wilson, Bird, Luna, and also Mantas and Nadia and Dorothy Lynch, especially Dorothy Lynch. This is the
I
worst
have a
people.
baby 1 year. When she come to me this morning, she is screaming in front of my son. He was scary and he want to cry. He is crying.
Yeah, well, she make my baby, my little one, crying. Why she scream on our family, on my family? Why she screaming? We are not a dog. We are not like Jewish. What happens in Germany before? Why? It's not like this. It's not like this. It's not like this.
Because
this is my message. If happens something to my family, those 5 people, I repeat again: Wilson, Luna, Dorothy Lynch, Nadia, and Mantas. Those managers.
Yeah, and Luna.
This morning it was forcing me to go outside this room, or they take all the furniture of the room. After when they know that there is a live, they are escaping. I don't know where is.
Just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Before the coming of the people or asylum, what happens if some visitor came to this hotel and happens crime? What happens? The same thing. You can't trust them. The same happens. The same thing happens to me. Maybe happens to the other people. Not asylum. Not asylum. Maybe happens crime in the future, but those people are worse. Maybe they hide the crime. Hide the crime. Believe me. Those people are not good. It happens something.
ميك وريك شغل كما قلت لي الكلمة هذه collaboration like
collaboration. I don't know how to say it in English.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen.
Yeah, listen, we'll keep in touch throughout the day. If you want to come on and do a live, don't open the door if they try and come back. We really need to get some help, some female help around Castlebar Breaffy, somebody that can go in and speak with Mochteria and help her, because she's got no support in there. So if anybody,
I'm alone. I'm afraid. I don't know if they come. What they are forcing me to go outside.
Yeah. So look, at somebody can maybe get in touch with me if you're around Castlebar Breaffy, and you can go up and help Mochteria. Maybe stay with her for a little period of time today. And we just try and get them through today for a start, and try and bring more attention to this issue. So look, take care. We'll keep in touch, and we'll probably talk later on. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.